Hi there, it's Chaz here from Reidys Music. I'm here with Dave from Vox, who's one of the head engineers, and he's just going to take us through all the Vox stuff that we've got in today, the hand-wired stuff, the custom stuff, and we're just going to go off a brief overview of what it means to have a Vox and where Vox is now and the history of the Vox. Dave.
Thank you. Hello. So Vox, we're 59 years old this year, 60 years next year. Incredible legacy brand. Been going since 1957. Famous throughout the 60s. Obviously, anyone from the British invasion, it was Vox. It was the Beatles, it was the Stones. Everyone, you can ream off 100 names. And what it means to be, Vox. I mean, it was the tone of that British invasion.
Yeah.
It was the sound. It was it was that kind of like rebellion almost, like we've had all that American music and now we've got, the British,
thing,
we've got our own thing. And we were the voice of that, and we still are, even to this day, which is, quite fantastic. We had a period of time, we had a huge boom, in that 60s, and then things kind of got a bit dark in around like the 70s and the 80s, and things kind of like disappeared, and it wasn't great. And that's, the company changed hands, things were,
business.
Bad business. But, since the 90s and the noughties and, to now, we've had this huge resurgence, and it's just been brilliant, Voxes, you sort of see them everywhere. You see, the modern British invasion artists, and even, not just British people, but everyone, using them, which is great. And what it just means is you get that, that British tone, that chime, that crunch, the sound that, defined what Vox was, that you didn't get from, the American sound that was, super famous at the time. And, it was just an incredible thing to be part of. Like for me, I've been with Vox for 12 years. And at the time I joined, we were just about to launch the new AC30 at the most affordable price point an AC30 had ever been.
Yeah.
And it was an incredible time to be with the company, starting off, being smaller, and then just like the expansion that we've seen. It might surprise people to know that just in the UK, we're a team of 3 guys. We've got 2 amp designers.
Yeah.
And some other guys. So when we're designing our products, we have to have that full design ownership of what we do. Everything.
Yeah. You
want to design a knob, a cabinet, the circuit, wiring, everything.
Yeah.
We take care of everything from the ground up. And what that means is, you have that complete ownership of the design. The product inside out. You don't have to, we need to have a cabinet design, let's talk to this guy, this, everything just gets done. And it makes this like an efficient sort of, design sort of office. But like I say, the whole thing with Vox, just kind of see this, maybe it's a huge, big, faceless corporation. We're really not, and that's something that we're quite proud of, that we kind of transcend that kind of like the mainstream and the boutique with the kind of the tone that we have and the price points that we hit. It's quite a cool thing.
Yeah, I mean, that's what drew me to Vox when I started becoming a little bit more kind of aware of different gear, when I started coming up, playing more, and the stuff that I was listening to at the time was the Stones and stuff, and you'd see gigs of them, and Keith's got a Vox, he's got an AC30 on stage. So that's what kind of kicked me off, because I saw the heritage of it.
Exactly.
Started playing them, and then I started using them full time.
Cool.
So that's what brought me to it, is the history of it and the sound.
Absolutely.
Is what a lot of people, obviously it's like British invasion, but there's a fair few bluesers as well. I mean, you see some jazz artists as well using some.
Yeah, it's true.
Which is, it shows the merit of a good amp, that it spreads genre-wide, which is very good. So
absolutely.
That's what Vox is in a nutshell. Heritage, I would say.
Perfect.